Can I start?
No, sir. Sir, you are in live, sir.
Okay. Once again, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you very much to President and Vice President, President Vibhuti Naik sir and Vice President Srinivas Prasad sir and Chairman of the TRD Tax Research Department Indirect Taxation Ashish Thate sir and all employees of the TRD Tax Research Department and all the members, those who have attended this program, and ladies and gentlemen. Today we will discuss waiver scheme under Section 128A of GST Act. We know very well, initial years, there was a lot of hiccup. Here and there, people are made a lot of mistake without understanding the law, without understanding the technical aspect of the website. So many things, and people are made a mistake. Because of that, department has created some liability. And keep on from our institute side and industry association side, we have requested the government. If you come with a waiver, at least some initial 4-5 years, if the people are having any hardship, they will discharge the principal amount and interest and penalty, you can waive it. Government has partially responded because see, initially we have required 5 to 6 years, but government has partially responded and initial 3 years, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, if you are having any liability, then if you discharge the principal amount, they will waive the interest and penalty. That is the one section. They have amended the section 128 subsection A. Maybe people are thinking what is the big things here. If they are having a liability, they will discharge it and interest and penalty straight away department will waive. But that is not the situation actually. Once they have come with a circular and notification, there is a lot of hiccups. Each and every order we can't go for waiver. That is one part. Even if you want to file the waiver for some order, there is a here and there small practical problems. All these things we will discuss today. What type of order we can go for waiver? To what extent? What are the liabilities you are supposed to discharge? And what are all the orders we can't go for waiver? Straight away you have to go for either appeal or appeal to tribunal or high court. All these things we will discuss today. Maybe our members, they know very well. Now 2021 GST audit is going on. Before this month end, they are supposed to issue the show cause notice. Once they issue the show cause notice, maybe people are having a lot of other alternatives. If you are ready to discharge the liability, well and good. Or otherwise, you are eligible to file the appeal, or otherwise you are eligible to go for even waiver also. See lot of members. Okay, Mukesh member, they are writing the membership number and all to get the CP hours. Dear members, whether PPT is visible or not, just I need a confirmation from you. Some members can write whether PPT is visible or not, whether video and audio is clear or not. Just if you confirm, I will start with my PPT. Thank you very much, members. Okay, maybe people will take little bit, half a minute to 1 minute to write the message. If some members, if they write, I will go ahead. Once again, good afternoon. Okay. Whether PPT, audio, video, everything is clear? Okay, maybe people will reply. I will start with the waiver scheme. Waiver scheme under GST section 128A, as already I have mentioned. Section 128 amended subsection A. Just we will go through the section, then we will discuss the notification and circular. Then practical issues, how to handle it, all these things we will discuss. Now, section, see only 2 to 3 pages. I will go by line. Okay. Then I have summarized all these things that will go through it, and some of the question and answer also there by in circular they have clarified, that also we will discuss, that also I have summarized, and some of the practical issues we will discuss and we will close it. See, dear members. Okay, yes, visible and visible, all are good, sir. Very good, no problem. Sir, your PPT is visible and video is also clear. Absolutely no problem. Next, section 128A subsection 1. Notwithstanding anything contrary to contained in this act, where any amount of tax is payable by a person chargeable with tax in accordance with the a notice issued under subsection 1 of 73 and issued subsection 3 of section 73, and where no order subsection 9 and subsection 73 and issued. Say for example, just now they have issued the show cause notice, still they have not finalized the order. Even then, that notice itself you can go for waiver. That is possible. Okay. That is called subsection 128A, subsection 1A. Okay. Then second one is an order is passed. See, normal, before that we will discuss normal process of audit and section 73 and 74. Now, see, normally department officials, they are issuing the notice under section 60 part. Then what they will do, they will send a notice saying that so and so document you are supposed to submit for audit. Okay, maybe either financials or books of accounts or input tax register, output tax register, all these things, and RCM register, all these things, they will issue the notice and you are supposed to submit all these documents and records. Once you submit the records, they will come with a audit note, ADT 02. Once they come with the ADT 02, you will trace out all this ADT 02 liability, whether it is legitimate or not. Sometimes without understanding the books of accounts or law, maybe department officials, they will issue the notice with a huge demand. Once you reply to ADT 02, at the time of issuing the show cause notice, they will reduce some extent. Once you reduce some extent, then what you will do? Finally, they will come with a show cause notice under section 73 or 74, depending upon the situation. Once they issue the section notice under section 73, if they have not finalized the order, if you want to go for waiver, that is possible. Then subsection B, order has passed after issuing the section 70 notice under section 73. Normally, you will reply to the show cause notice. Once you reply to the show cause notice, they will come with a DRC 7. That is ultimately order. Even that order also you can question it. An order passed under subsection 9 of the 73 where no order under subsection 11, 107 or 108, and on order passed under subsection 11, 107 and section 108. What is 107 and 8 is, say for example, department or officials are finalized the order, but no order is issued by the appellate authority or revisionary authority. Under section 107 relating to appeal and 108 is relating to revisionary power. Okay, after passing the order, assessing authority will pass the order. You are eligible to question it. What you will do? Normally, you will file the appeal. Once you file the appeal, they will take the hearing. They will pass the order. Here, try to understand the process. Once the order is passed, If you have not filed the appeal, that order is also eligible for waiver. Then after getting the order is part under section 11 of section 107 and section 108. Okay. No order section 113 has been passed. Okay. Even order is part of 107 and 108. That order also eligible for waiver scheme. It means under show cause notice. Okay, you are eligible to go for waiver. Even if you receive the order, you are eligible. Even if you receive the appeal order, you are eligible to go for waiver. That is what this 128A subsection 1 ABC. Okay, what period? The period pertaining to 1780. Okay. The period is pertaining to 1718. You are eligible 1718 to 1920. You are eligible to go for waiver. The pertaining to the period 1718 to 1920, a part thereof and said person pays the full amount tax payable as per the notice or maybe before the date notified by the government on the recommendation of the council. No interest under sections 50 and penalty under this act is they are eligible to waive it, provided that where the notice has been issued under section 74(1) and order passed or required to be passed by the proper officer in pursuance of the direction of the appellate authority or appellate authority. Say, for example, as per our discussion, only order passed under section 73 is eligible. But sometime what will happen? Maybe people will issue the show cause notice under section 74. You will question it. Finally, they will come with a order under section 73. Even maybe they have passed the order at section 74. You will question in appeal. After questioning this order in appeal, maybe appellate authority will tell no, this order is not fit for section 74. You are supposed to pass the order under section 73. Maybe assessing authority, after receiving the appellate authority order, he will rectify the order. That order also eligible for this waiver. Now, up to this, if I am having any question, I will take. Otherwise, we will go next. Lot of good afternoon, and this everything is good. Okay, very good. Not a problem. In between, if the people are having any question, I will clarify as and when questions received. Okay, that is what normally I used to do it. Immediately I will clarify all the question. As of now, say for example, if the show cause notice issued under 73, that also eligible for waiver. Order issued under section 73, that is also eligible for waiver. Appeal, if you receive the appellate authority order, that also eligible for waiver. And initially, maybe they have finalized or they have issued the show cause notice under 74. They have finalized the order under section 73. That also eligible for waiver. And maybe they have passed the order under section 74. Subsequently, they have rectified the order based on appellate authority order under section 73. That order also eligible for waiver. Okay. All these things we have discussed now. Provided further that the conclusion of the proceedings of subsection in case where the application filed under subsection 3 of the 107 or subsection 3 of 102 or an appeal is filed in officer central excise, central tax, subsection 1 or 117 or 118, the proceeding initiated subsection 1 of section 108 against the order referred in clause B or clause C or against the direction of appellate authority or the appellate tribunal, the court referred to the first proviso shall be subject to condition that said person pays an additional amount of tax payable, if any, in accordance with the order of appellate authority or appellate tribunal, the court or revisional authority, as the case may be, within 3 months from the date of that order. Normally, what will happen? Maybe you will question the order. After questioning this order, maybe you will receive the order in future date. 31/3/2025, if you discharge all the tax liability, okay, then only you are eligible for waiver. But sometime what will happen, if you question in the appellate tribunal or whatever, some additional liability will come. Once the order comes, that is also eligible for waiver. But provided also that there is a such interest and penalty already paid, no refund of same shall be available. See, sometime what will happen, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20. For all this year, maybe we have discharged the sum of the order, interest and penalty. If you discharge already, then there is no refund as such. Okay. To the extent of whatever not paid, that much only you will get waived, or otherwise balance amount, whatever you have already discharged, that you will not get a refund. See, so many people, they are questioning, sir, there is a discrimination. Already I have discharged the interest and penalty. Now waiver has come. Those who are kept it pending, for them, they are getting the benefit. Those who are paid, they are not getting the benefit. If you observe all the waivers under maybe central excise or service tax, okay, same thing was happened. Even here also, if you have already discharged, you will not get any refund of interest or penalty. As it is, whatever pending, to that extent only you will get the waiver. Then 128A subsection 2, nothing contained in subsection shall be applicable in respect of payable by the person on account of erroneous refund. Here there is a big hit to the assessees. What will happen? Due to some clerical mistake or without an understanding any law, if you claim the refund, at the time of audit, what you will do? You will, whatever refund, erroneous refund, you will refund to the department. For that period, you are supposed to discharge the interest and penalty. That interest and penalty, you are not eligible to go for waiver under this scheme. Okay. But according to my opinion, this is not correct, because if there is a liability, you will discharge it. If there is a wrong refund also, you will discharge it. There is no difference between additional liability and whatever refund you have taken, you are giving to the government. There is no difference. But even that, specifically they have mentioned here, in case of erroneous refund, you will not get waiver under this scheme. Really, it is surprising move. I don't know why they have done like that, but they have clearly told here, erroneous refund, you will not get that refund. Whatever, you will not get that benefit. Interest waiver, interest and penalty waiver, you will not get that benefit. Okay, then 128A subsection 3. Nothing contained in subsection 1 shall be applicable in respect cases where appeal or writ petition filed by the said person is pending before the appellate authority or tribunal or a court, as the case may be, and has not been withdrawn said person on or before notified under subsection 1. Say, for example, before 31/3. Whatever announced before that date, you are supposed to 31/3/2025 supposed to withdraw the appeal if it is pending before the commissioner appeal or joint commissioner appeal or in tribunal or in high court. You are supposed to withdraw it so that you are eligible to go for this scheme. Otherwise, you are not eligible. First thing is erroneous refund. You are not getting any benefit. Second thing is if any appeal is pending before any authority for that matter, appellate authority or a tribunal or in High Court or in Supreme Court, you are supposed to withdraw it. Otherwise, you are not eligible to get any benefit. But you are having all the option. If it is rejected, waiver scheme, then you are automatically eligible to go for appeal once again. Not withstanding anything contained in the act where the amount specified under subsection 1 has been paid and the proceedings are deemed to be concluded under subsection 1. No appeal under subsection 1 or subsection 107 or 100 shall be lie against the order referred to clause or as the case may be. Okay. This is also not possible. Next. See, I have summarized the whole section one by one. Now we will discuss in between. If you are having any query, I will clarify. As of now, I don't know. People are not asking the question. Why? I don't know. Really. See, if the people are having any question as of now, please ask the question so that I will clarify it. As of now, there is no question as such. Now, introduction of 128A. Overview. Introduction of section 128A waive the interest and penalty under specified condition. The provide relief tax period 17 to 20 by waiving interest, section 50 and penalties in certain demands. Okay, say whatever interest under section 50 that is eligible for waiver and penalty for certain demands. Normally under section 73, 10% penalty they will put it. Okay, that penalty of whatever 10% you are eligible to claim the waiver under waiver scheme. Applicable period is 1st July 2017 to 31st March 2020. See the key provision: waiver coverage, section 50 and penalties, full tax payment by the notified date. Okay. Before 31/3/2025, you are supposed to discharge the whole amount. Applicability only for the demand under section 73. It is not relating to section 74. No waiver on tax dues, on no refund on previously paid interest or penalties. Say for example, 17/18, they have closed the order. Okay, if you discharge the tax liability, then for that year you are not eligible to go for waiver scheme. 17/18, 18/19, 19/20 and 20/21 they are supposed to issue the show cause notice before 30th November. Okay, all now 17/18, 18/19 and 19/20 some people will not take any risk. Immediately they will discharge the liability. If they discharge the liability, that type of order is not eligible for this waiver scheme. No waiver on tax dues, no refund on previously paid interest or penalties. That is not possible. Then types of eligible demands. 73(1) demand notice issued but not final orders. Subsection 73(9). Order section 73(9). Original order issued, no appellate or revision order. Order under 107(11) and 108(1). And appeal or revision order pending, no further appeal to tribunal. This already we have discussed. Okay, notice under section 73(1), demand and final order under 73(9) and order under 107(11) and 108(1). All these orders are eligible for waiver. Okay. Now, scope of waiver: full tax payment by the taxpayer by the notified date. Withdrawal of any pending appeals for the period. Eligibility: if there is an appeal, you are supposed to withdraw the appeal, and you are supposed to discharge the 100% tax liability. What type of benefit you will get it? Okay, 100% waiver on interest and penalties. Okay. All the interest and penalties. Exclude the tax due, tax amount would be fully paid, no waiver for erroneous refunds. Condition for availing tax period 1720, demands under section 73, full tax payment by the notified date, withdrawal of appeals if any filed under section 107 and 102, and inapplicable cases pending before the court or tribunal unless it is withdrawn. No sound. Sir, some of the people, only one person is telling no sound. I don't know whether it is genuine or not, or otherwise maybe he is having some problem. People, please reply. One person is telling no sound. I don't know. What happened? I don't know. Anyhow. Okay. Next is eligibility. Initial notices 73(1) without further order. Order section under 73(9). 107(11), 108 without further appeal. Non-eligibility demands under other section like section 72, 74 or 75 unless re-characterized by the authority 73. That is why always I am telling, whenever department officials they will issue the notice, immediately you have to question if they issue the order under section 74, then immediately you have to question that order itself. See whether this liability, whether they are supposed to book it under 74 or not, that you have to question it. Then orders all subject to appeals, that is also not eligible. Always see some of the very good example I will give you. Ocean freight. Some of the central authorities, they have booked that case under section 74. How it is possible? All the transaction, it is accounted in books of accounts. Due to some confusion, people are not discharged the tax liability. That will not come under section 74. That is why always say, for example, some of the few invoices you are not discharged the RCM. It is a clerical mistake. There is no intention to evade the tax liability. Then definitely that is not eligible under section 74. They are supposed to issue the notice under section 74 only. Okay, that is why whenever they issue the notice, immediately you have to question whether it is comes under 74 or not. Because 74, if they issue the notice under section 74, they can go up to 100% penalty. That is possible. And this type of waiver scheme, you are not eligible. That is why whenever they issue the notice, you have to question the notice itself. Okay, you have to convince the officer it comes under only 73, not 74. That is what you have to tell. So many examples, RCM, ocean freight, then some of the ineligible taxes, blocked credit, if you have taken, that is also, there is a confusion in law and classification mistake, all these things, it is not comes under 74, it comes under only 73 that we need to convince to the department. Then orders already subject to tribunal appeals, that is also not eligible. First proviso 128A, exception for 74 notices. Section 74 notice for fraud or willful or suppression of any mistake, then may convert to section 73 if the appellate authority or tribunal deemed to fraud unproven. Say for example, department official, they have issued a notice under section 74. People will go to the appeal and at the time of hearing, department people, they are unable to prove it. It is books under books under section 74. Okay. Then automatically, finally, they are supposed to pass the order under 73. That order also allow this. This allow even for initial section 74 notices under this specific condition. That is possible. Non-applicability of waiver, erroneous refund, tax demand appealed or litigated without withdrawal. Demands for other tax periods under other section not specified. Okay. Then compliance requirement, full payment of deadline notified 31/3/2025. You have to discharge the tax liability before 31/3/2025. Appeal withdrawals completed before notified date 31/3/2025. You have to withdraw. Documentation, proof of payment of withdrawal, appeals for record keeping. You have to enclose it. And notification regarding this. They have issued the notification as on 8th October 2024. Notification number 21/2024. In exercise power, okay, 128A. Powers confirmed by subsection 1 of the section 128A of the Central Goods and Service Tax. The central government, on recommendation of the council, hereby notifies the respective days specified in the column 3 of the table below as the date up to which payment for the tax payable as per the notice or a statement or the order referred to in the clause A and clause B or clause C of the said section, as the case may be, can be made by the class of registered person specified in the corresponding entry in column number 2. Okay, what is that? That we will discuss now. Serial number 1 and 2, class of registered person, date of payment for the tax payable as per the notice or a statement or the order referred in clause A or clause B or clause C of section 128A of the said act, as the case may be, can be made waiver of interest or penalty or both under the said section. A registered person to whom the notice of statement of order deferred in clause A or clause B or clause B of section 128A of the said act. The clause A, we know very well. Section 73, show cause notice. In clause B, order by the asking authority. In clause C, order by appellate authority. All three orders, it is eligible. Okay. Before 31/3/2025, okay, has been issued. They are supposed to issue the order. Then registered person to whom the notice has been issued under subsection 1 of section 74 in respect of period of subsection 1/128 said act, an order passed or required to be passed by the proper officer in provisions of the direction of appellate authority or appellated or a court in accordance with the subsection 2 of section 75, the determination of tax payable by a such person deeming of the notice where the issued under subsection 1 of the section 73 of the said act, date of ending completion of 6 months from the date of issuance of the order by the proper officer determine the tax under section 73. It means 31/3/2025 applicable only to the show cause notice or an order or an appellate authority order. Otherwise, rest of the orders from that order you are having 6 months time to finalize. Okay. Say for date of ending completion 6 from the date of issuance of the order by proper officer determine the tax audit. Say for example, if the registered person whom to notice has been subsection 1 of 74 in respect of the period subsection 121 of 28A said act, an order passed required to be passed by proper officer in pursuant to the directions of appellate authority or a tribunal, then you are having a sufficient time after getting the order. Okay, then you are having a 6 months time to go for a waiver. At that time 31/3/2025 is not applicable. Then after this is the notification. After this, government has issued the circular to clarify each and every issue. Say normally what will happen? People are having a lot of doubts to apply this act or a notification. Then they normally government will come with a circular. Circular is a clarificatory nature. Okay, it is binding on us, not binding on assessee, but binding on assessing authority. Whatever circular says, assessing authority has to follow it. That is one part. Second part is in so many during the course of in application of this section. Okay, practically people are facing so many problems while filing the waiver scheme. People are facing so many problems. That is why normally they will come with a circular. We will go through this circular. We will discuss each and every point, and then we will discuss some of the practical issues, what exactly we are facing. Based on the recommendation of the council made by a 53rd meeting, section 128A has been inserted in Central Goods and Service Tax 2017 here on after referred to the as the CGST Act with effect from 1/11/2024 to provide a waiver of interest or a penalty or both relating to demands under section 73 of the CGST Act pertaining to financial year 17-18 to 19-20, subject to certain condition. Filing, how we will file it, all these things we will discuss now. So no issues. Okay, it is clear. Audible. May his problem. Okay, it's okay. Well and good. Sir, please do clarify again. If any appeal in High Court or whether 128A applicable or not. Suman Reddy, sir, if the any order pending before the appeal or in High Court or in Supreme Court, 128A will not apply. But if you withdraw the application, then you are eligible to go for this scheme. Suman Reddy, sir, whether it is clear or not, please tell me. Please do clarify again if any appeal in High Court or whether. See, I will clarify your question as it is. Say, for example, you are having a case in High Court pending before the High Court. Then 128A is not applicable. For that, what you can do, if you withdraw the appeal, okay, in High Court, then you are eligible to go for this scheme. Okay, for that you need to withdraw the case in High Court. Okay, Suman Reddy, sir, whether it is clear or not, please tell me. Sir, why this section introduced only for the specific 70 specific reason for that? There is no reason as such. As already at the initial discussion, whatever I have told, say for example, from our institute or CA institute or some industry body to come out from initial hardship, they have requested the government, please commit a waiver scheme for 5 years or 6 years. That is what request has gone. But government, what they thought, initial 1 or 2 years or 3 years, people are having a hardship. That is why we will give a waiver scheme for 3 years. The rest of the year, it is not required. Maybe in future also, any industry body, if they pressurize the government, maybe they will come with a waiver for rest of 1 or 2 years also. That is possibility as that, but there is no certainty. Okay, why only for 3 years? There is no answer as such. Okay, but what government thought, initial 2 to 3 years, people are having a hardship. They have made a lot of mistake. Because of that mistake, we need to support the industry with some waiver scheme. That is the idea. Sir, till now tribunal not formed. Why they have inserted tribunal authority in this notice? Sir, see, the still now tribunal is not formed, but maybe within a month they will start or 2 months. By that time, if you are having a huge liability of 100 crores, if you are able to get the tribunal order immediately, 50% liability or 75% liability will come down. Then after that, if you go for waiver and for balance amount also, you are able to get the interest waiver. That is why if the any order pending before the appeal or in tribunal, okay, try to get that order and balance amount, you will get this waiver scheme. Okay, maybe within 1 or 2 months, maybe they will come with a tribunal setup. I don't know whether it will take 1 or 2 months or 3 months. I don't know. But before 31/3/2025, if they establish the tribunal, if you file the case, immediately if you get the order by way of whatever early hearing, all these things, that order also eligible for waiver. That is the intention. But practically what you are telling is also right. Okay. If you file the case now, maybe hearing will come after 6 months. 31/3/2025 is the last date for waiver. That is why probably okay. Suman Reddy sir, he told understood sir, absolutely no problem. People, if the people are having some other question, I will reply. Otherwise, I will go next. Okay. Now filing the application, they have made a mechanism. Section 120 waiver allows the eligible tax to a waiver and interest and penalty for the tax pay 17 to 1820. This relevant for the case where the discrepancies are identified under section 73. Scope design the cases under scrutiny where the tax demands are raised but specific order are not fully concluded. Applicability scenario 128A. This is already we have discussed. 73.1 show cause notice, 73.3 and 73.9. Okay, in all these cases it is applicable. After adjudication, but before the appeal or revision order, okay, after adjudication, after getting the DRC 7, that is also allowed. Cases pending with the appellate tribunal, it is not allowed, but if you withdraw, it is allowed. Okay, then what next? Special under section 73, 74, you have to convert into 73 by way of appeal order or a court order or a tribunal order. Then only that is eligible. Otherwise, it is not eligible. Form requirement. GST SPL 01 application. Okay. Applicable if no final order is issued under section 73. GST SPL 02 used for there is no order section 107, 108, but final tribunal order under section 113. These two forms we are supposed to file. Applicant have 3 months from the notified date 31/3/2025 to file the form GST SPL and SPL 02. Then appeal withdrawals requirement, any ongoing appeal or writ petition against the order relevant to the waiver must be withdrawn before submitting the waiver application, or proof of withdrawal must be uploaded within so month application. I will take a 1 minute break. I will take 1 minute break. the payment of tax, pre-adjudication, see 73, section 73. Payment must be completed using form GST DRC3. See, because see, normally what will happen before pre-adjudication, liability will not come to the website. Only after adjudication against DRC7, they will book the liability. You will get the liability in the system. Then through that, you will discharge the tax liability. Before that, 73 notice. Before DRC7, you will not get that. That is why you have to make a payments through DRC3. That is only possible. Post-adjudication cases, payment are made through the electronic liability ledger part 2, in which demand orders adjustment for prior payment can be reflected in form GSTR 3A. That is also possible. Okay. And adjustment for ITC provision, reduction of non-payable tax amounts, certain non-payable amount due to retrospective ITC disallowance under 16.5 or 6 should be subtracted from the final payable tax, which helps the determine accurate eligibility for waiver. Requirement of full payment. Tax obligation for eligibility, the entire tax demand less any allowable deduction must be paid. This includes instances where the excess refunds or demands for previous periods need to be adjusted. Okay. Tax obligation, say for eligibility of entire tax demand less allowable deduction must be paid. This includes instances where the refunds or demand for a previous period need to be adjusted. Then processing of application and the issuance of order. Review by the designated officer after filing the SPL 01 and 02. Officer under section 73 handles the SPL 01 application, while section 79 officer handles the SPL 02 application for cases pending with the appellate tribunal. Application, examination and notice issuance. Assessment. The designated officer examines the waiver application. If found ineligible, they issue the rejection notice from GST SPL 3, explaining the grounds of rejection and offering chance to respect. See, we know very well there is a certain condition to apply for waiver. Once you satisfy all these terms and conditions, they will pass the order, or otherwise it is automatic. If you are unable to satisfy all these terms and conditions, they will reject the application and SPL 03. Then assessment, the designated officer examine the waiver application found eligible, and if it is not eligible, they will issue the SPL 03. Reply option, applicant can be respond to the rejection notice within 30 days by form GST SPL 04 to address the ineligible grounds or provide further information. Sometime what will happen? The assessing authority or an officer, without understanding the concept, they will issue the SPL 03 and they will reject it. At that time, you are having an option to reply in SPL 04 within 30 days from the date of SPL 03. That is possible. Okay. Approval or a rejection based on the applicant's reply, the officer may either grant a waiver in GST SPL 05 or issue a final rejection order in SPL 07. Deemed approval provision, automatic approval if the officer failed to act within the times under 64, the application is automatically deemed approved with the form GST SPL 05 generated by the system. Okay, that is possible. Further, following are the issues with respect to availing the benefit of a waiver and interest or penalty, both provided under section 128A, are also clarified hereby. See, in circular, if you go through the circular, up to 3 points, they have clarified how to file the application, how to make the payment, what is the process, what type of forms you have to use, everything they have explained. After that, what they have done, they have clarified some of the question and answer, FAQ type. Here, one by one, I will read out. Before that, up to now, if there is a question, I will reply. Otherwise, I will go next. Okay. As of now, there is no much question. Okay. But no problem. I will go next. And at the end, we will have a 5 to 10 minutes for interaction. Okay. Is the waiver under section 128 applicable to taxpayer who paid the tax component before the section came into effect? Say, for example, sometime what will happen? Assessing authority will pass the order. On safer side, on principal amount, I will discharge it before this 128A comes into existence. At that time also, answer is says, if you have already made a payment towards the principal amount, absolutely no problem. You are eligible to go for waiver for interest and penalty. But if you have already discharged interest and penalty, there is no question of waiver. Here answer is as payment made towards the demand before or after section 128 effective date is considered under waiver, provided they are made by the notified date. Okay. But if you have already discharged interest and penalty, then there is no question of waiver scheme. Can tax recovered by the tax officer from another person on behalf of the taxpayer be considered paid towards the demand under section 128A? First, we will discuss what exactly it is. Then only we will understand. Say, for example, department people will arise the liability. They will issue the notice to you. Once they conclude the liability, you are supposed to discharge it, or otherwise you are eligible to go for appeal. All these things are possible. Sometime what they will do, they will issue the letter to your sundry debtors, okay, or to your customer, saying that so and so person is having a liability to the department of rupees 1 crore. You are supposed to pay 50 lakh to that assessee. Please, instead of making payment to them, please give it to me. That is what they will issue the notice. That is called ASMT 13. Okay. Already practically I have experienced it in some of my clients. They will issue the notice. That is called ASMT 13. Once they issued ASMT 13, our customer or a debtor, they are not having any other option. Even each and every rupee, instead of paying to us, they will pay to the department. Okay. Say, for example, you are having a 1 crore liability. 50 lakh they will collect from your customer and 50 lakh is pending, and even interest and penalty also pending. Under that situation, whatever they have recovered from your customer or a debtor, that amount also eligible. Okay. Balance only 50 lakh, you are supposed to discharge it. Interest and penalty, you are eligible to claim as a in waiver scheme, and you are supposed to discharge only 50 lakh, and 50 lakh, whatever they are recovered from your customer, that you can show it here. That is possible. This is the answer. Can a tax recovered by the tax officer from another person on behalf of the taxpayer considered paid towards the demand or a section 128A? Yes, as long as the recovery was made on or before notified date, it is possible. So can an interest or penalty recovered from the 17, 18, 19, 20 to be a tax demand for the same period? No. Say, for example, sometime what will happen? You are having a liability of 50 lakh and 50 lakh interest and penalty. Okay. 50 lakh principal amount they have recorded. and 25 lakh interest and penalty they have recovered. Only balance 25 lakh interest and penalty you are supposed to pay to the government. At that time, whatever 50 lakh principal amount, okay, already you have discharged it. Out of interest and penalty, 25 lakh, whatever you have paid is gone. Balance 25 lakh, you are eligible to get a deduction in waiver scheme. No adjustment and interest and penalty amount towards the tax refund, okay, are not allowed under the proviso of section 128A. If you pay interest and penalty, absolutely you are not eligible to claim as a waiver, or that interest and penalty you are not eligible to adjust against the principal amount. That is the answer. Why people are not asking question, I don't know whether people are getting or not, members are getting or not. That is first question. Okay, or otherwise this is a simple provision. Maybe our members are not having much doubt. Once again I am requesting to our members to interact so that automatically I am able to clarify a lot of your doubts. Thank you very much. Once again I will go to the PPT, otherwise please ask the question. As of now, whatever question you have asked, I have clarified. That section 128 applicable tax dues has been paid, but the demand pertain only interest or penalty. Okay, the already tax dues are paid, but waiver not applicable interest due to delayed filing or reporting itself, asset or section 75(2). That is a different answer. But if you pay 120 all the tax liability, only demand person interest and penalty, that waiver is definitely applicable. That is possible. Can a taxpayer avail partial waiver by paying a part of the demand under section 120A and contracting for rent? No. See, that is what it is a practical problem. People are having a huge liability relating some, say, ocean freight or investment in subsidiary, something like that. That is an issue related. Definitely you have to question in court of law, because see, that impact is relating to several years. Just like that, we can't leave it. That is one part. In the same order, you are having a liability relating to some clerical mistakes and whatever your suppliers are not uploaded. That type of liability, voluntarily you are ready to discharge it, and you want to go for interest and penalty relating to that. Some other issue is relating to maybe investment in subsidiary or ocean freight, already settled issue. Even then some people are having that issues relating to 17, 18, 18, 19 and 19, 20. And some issue is relating to whatever your corporate bank guarantee, all these things. Then automatically you have to question in court of law. It is having a continuous effect. At that time, okay, at that time, whether you are eligible to go for waiver for a partial order, that is highly impossible. Okay, no waiver is applied only if the entire tax amount notice or order is paid in full. Okay, if you paid in full, entire amount relating to that order, then only you are eligible. Otherwise, you are not eligible. If the demand covers multiple periods, some eligible under, others ineligible under section 120, can a waiver apply to eligible period? Yes, waiver only to the eligible, but full tax amount must be paid as per. Here I am having a two answer. Say for example, if you are having a 5 years order, some of the order if you want to go for appeal, and some of the order if you want to go for waiver, that is not possible. But waiver is possible if you discharge the 100% tax amount. Apply only eligible period, but the full tax amount to be paid as per the notice for all the period. Rest of the interest, okay, not a problem. Say you are having a 5 years period, okay. 5 years period. Out of that 5 years period, you have to discharge the whole principal amount. Okay, then they will waive interest for first 3 years. Balance 2 years interest, absolutely no problem. Whenever you want to pay, you can pay. But principal amount for whole order, you have to discharge it. Still, people are not getting doubt. Oh, now very good. Okay, some of the. Yes. Sir, when the tax liability is discharged, how there will be a interest and penalty are levied? Is it only in case of any discrepancy in calculating the tax liability, or will there be any other person? Sir, see, tax liability discharge means, see, sometime what will happen? More than 180 days, what will happen? Say, for example, if you are having any liability relating to, if the invoices are more than 180 days, okay, then only interest will come. That is one part. Second one is, maybe in between, after 1 or 2 years, maybe you have reversed. Say, for example, you have taken the excess input tax credit. Sri Krishna membership number 52149. I am replying to you, sir. Say, for example, you have taken a credit, wrong credit. After 2 years, you will reverse it. For that 2 years, automatically they will calculate the interest. Then there is no liability as such, but interest and penalty will come. That you can go for the waiver. Okay, sometime it will happen. If you see the order, some of the audit point relating to only interest and penalty. Okay, there is no principal amount as such. Is it possible to avail the benefit of section 128A against revenue recovery? Order issued last financial year, recovery still pending. That is what, sir. Whatever recovery notices they have issued, absolutely no problem. If you discharge the principal amount, you can go for waiver scheme. Now just you have to send a letter saying that I want to go for waiver scheme. I will discharge the principal amount. If you discharge, even recovery, they will stop it and you can go for waiver. That is possible. Okay. Then another person is Barmaya. Sir, regarding this 1 point, in some cases, notice is issued for more than 1 year. In that particular case, at least particular merger year is available. That is what, sir. In the same issues, maybe they have issued the notice for 5 years. But if the orders on notices are different, you can go independently. If the order is for all 5 years, you have to discharge the principal amount relating to all 5 years. Then only waiver is possible, otherwise not possible. Suman Reddy sir. Now these days, according to recent court ruling, one order for multiple year become invalid. That is okay, sir. Well and good. Say, for example, if you question it, one order for multiple years, if they split it before 31/3/2025, definitely absolutely no problem. Regarding Suman Reddy sir. Brahmaya sir, and one more question is that interest waiver available for ITC related interest as well as output liability also. Definitely, sir. Brahmaya sir. The liability is relating to whether it is ITC or output, absolutely no problem. But you have to discharge the principal amount. They will waive the interest and penalty. Can you give brief opinion of a single order validity for multiple financial years? Sir, I have seen 2 to 3 order. I have seen it is valid only, especially earlier Central Excel CGST officer. They used to issue the notices for 3 years, 2 years, something like that. But if you see now, almost all everybody they are issuing the order for a single year. But some of the order, even I am having, that order is relating to 2 to 3 years. That is possible, sir. Okay, as of now, I have explained each and everything. Now, once again, I will go to the PPT. Demand recover multiple periods over. Can a waiver application is filed under section 128A if the demand include erroneous way? Sir, can a waiver application filed under if the demand include erroneous demand? Definitely, sir. Waiver application you can file it, but waiver applies to tax demand excluding erroneous refund, which must be paid in full. Apply for the waiver. Say, for example, you are having a 1 crore liability. Out of 1 crore liability, 50 lakh is relating to erroneous refund and 50 lakh is relating to others. Then, if the amount relating to erroneous refund, you have to discharge principal as well as interest and penalty. And for balance amount, only you have to discharge the principal amount. On that, whatever interest and penalty, they will waive it. That is possible. What happens? Taxpayer doesn't pay additional tax within the specified time after appellate order increasing liability under section 128. If not paid within 3 months from the waiver under section 128 becomes void. That is not possible. Okay. If there is an additional liability, immediately within 3 months you have to discharge it. For cases where an SLP is pending in the Supreme Court, is waiver under section 128 still available? Yes, but SLP will be withdrawn. Okay, and from GST SPL 01 SPL 0 filed along with the proof of withdrawal. That is possible. That is what I have explained. If any case pending before the High Court or Supreme Court, before applying yes 128A, you are supposed to withdraw the case. Then only based on your withdrawal only, okay, they are eligible to finalize your order. That is possible. Does section 128(3) cover IGST and compensation cess matters? Definitely, sir. IGST and compensation cess demands are included requiring a full tax payment for waiver eligibility. Okay, including IGST, CGST, SGST and compensation cess, everything is covered under 128A waiver. That is possible. Okay, as of now, there is no other question. Okay. Now, I am having another 4-5 slides. Then I will come back on the last 10 minutes specifically for discussion. Those who are having question, immediately please ask. Are demands involving irregular transition credit covered under 128A? See, in case of transition credit, what will happen? At the time of introduction of the GST, there is a transition credit, trans 1, trans 2, all these things are there. At the time of transition, whatever available credit available in central excise return, service tax return and VAT return, after uploading trans 1 and trans 2, automatically it will come to your input tax register. By mistake, instead of 1 crore, maybe you have put 1.5 crore. Subsequently, maybe after 6 months, you have reversed it. For that, at the time of assessment and audit, people used to levy the interest. Regarding that also, if there is any discrepancy related to trans credit, that interest and penalty also under 128A, you are eligible to waive it. Okay, say for example, if there is a mistake in transition credit, if you would have taken any additional credit, subsequently maybe you have reversed it, or during the course of audit and assessment, they have levied some tax liability along with interest and penalty. If you discharge or if you have already reversed the principal portion, interest and penalty, you can go for waiver. If you are not discharged, now if you discharge the principal amount, automatically you are eligible to go for 128A. That is possible. Are penalties under other provisions or late fees covered by the waiver under section 128? You know very well. If you are not filed the return well within the time, they will come with a late fees. Okay, that is not covered under section 128A. If you are having that type of penalties or late fees, okay, it is not covered under this section. You are supposed to discharge it. Penalty under demand notices are covered, but late fees and reduction of fines are not covered under section 128A. Sir, if the cases appeal are to be withdrawn, then in order to avail this benefit in this tax liability has to be discharged for these cases. Appeals, Sir Sri Krishna, sir, if the cases of appeal are to be withdrawn, then in order to avail this benefit, is the tax liability has to be discharged for these cases appeals are made. Sir, that is what? If you withdraw the appeals, principal amount you have to discharge it, and the interest and penalty you can go for waiver. Okay. Before withdrawing the appeal, no need to discharge the tax liability. Say for example, tomorrow you are having some cases in High Court or in tribunal not at SETA, okay, or in Supreme Court or High Court, not a problem. Immediately, what you can tell, I want to withdraw this case. I want to go for waiver scheme under 128A. Then automatically they will take a hearing and you will withdraw it. Immediately, no need to discharge the tax liability at the time of withdrawing the appeal. Sri Krishna sir, try to understand. At the time of withdrawing the appeal, no need to pay even a single rupee tax. But before 31/3/2025, you have to discharge the whole of your tax liability. Then only you are eligible to go for waiver and you will get the waiver for interest and penalty. I think you got it. Sri Krishna sir, please reply whether you got it or not. In application SPL 01, SPL 02, we found little more confusion in DRC 3A. Please do the explain need to be manner for file DRC 3A. Sir, that is what, as already I have explained. Okay. DRC 3A, SPL 02 and SPL 01. I will explain that. Okay. We'll go there. I am reply. Sir, first we will discuss SPL 01 and SPL 02. Suman Reddy sir, I am replying to you. Suman Reddy sir, I am replying to sir. Sri Krishna sir said thank you. Very good. Now I will reply to Suman Reddy sir. Sir, SPL 01 applicable to final order issued SP for GST. If final order, say for example under section 73, if you receive the order, then SPL 01 you have to file. Okay. But if you receive the appellate order, authority order, you have to file the SPL 02. Okay. There is a difference between SPL and 1 and 02. Both are related to application relating to waiver scheme. But SPL 01 is related to order finalized under section 73. Either it is a notice or a final order, DRC 7. But SPL 02 is relating to appellate or revisionally order. That is the difference. Then if you go to the DRC 3, if the pre-adjudication stage, okay, you are supposed to discharge the tax liability in DRC 3 only, because in case of up to finalization of the order, liability will not reflected in DRC 3A. That is why you have to use the DRC 3 and you have to discharge the payment. Once it is adjudicated, it will come and sits in your website in 3A. At that time, against the order only, you have to pay that liability. That is the idea. Now, probably, Suman Reddy sir, SPL 01. SPL 01 is relating to order under section 73. SPL 02 is relating to order of an appeal or a revisionary authority. In DRC 3A is once it is final, order is finalized, liability comes and sits in website that is called DRC 3A. I think okay, even Suman Reddy, sir, he got it. Now we will go to another 2 to 3 slide, then discussion for 5-6 minutes, and we will close it. Penalties under other provisions or late fees covered by the waiver under section. Penalties under are covered, but late fees are under redemption fines are not. Okay. Now, can the tax amount to avail waiver be paid using input tax credit under ITC? Yes, except for the RCM erroneous refund demands, which must be paid through the cash ledger. Say, for example, RCM and erroneous refund, that you have to pay through cash ledger only. Otherwise, for all other things, you can utilize input tax credit. Say, for example, if you are having a 1 crore credit, if you are having a 50 lakh liability, you can discharge through input. Okay, then balance amount or interest and penalty, you can go for waiver. Sometime what will happen, out of 1 crore liability, maybe 50 lakh is relating to output liability and input tax reversal. Another 50 lakh is relating to erroneous refund and RCM. Then 50 lakh you can utilize the input tax register, and balance 50 lakh you have to utilize the cash ledger. Okay, then whatever interest and penalty you can go for waiver. Okay, only for RCM and erroneous refund you have to utilize the cash ledger only, not input tax register. Can a section 128 waiver apply to the IGST payable on import under the Customs Act? Clearly they have clarified. In case of import, it is not eligible. Now I will explain with an example. Say, for example, what will happen? You have imported certain goods, and after 6 months, there is a classification problem. I will give one classic example. You are importing a rubber, that is a rate of IGST is 18%. Okay, and you have discharged all the tax liability. After some time, officer has issued a notice saying that you have imported the automobile rubber, that is 28%. Then what you will do? If you agree with that, then immediately you will discharge the balance 10% IGST. Whether this 10% you are discharging IGST, this is GST only. Whether this 10%, whatever pay you are paying, on that you are discharging the interest and penalty. That interest and penalty waiver is possible or not? Question is no. Okay, in case of import, if you pay any additional liability, that interest and penalty is not eligible for waiver. That is what circular has clarified. Better to question it. According to my opinion, if there is a liability relating to IGST, okay, then if there is an interest and penalty, okay, according to my opinion, they are supposed to give the benefit, but circular has clearly clarified if you are having that type of liability, interest and penalty, they will not waive it. That is what they have clarified it. Okay, maybe in future, maybe if somebody in question in court of law, what outcome will come, God only knows, but time being it is not allowed. Okay, then in a waiver under section 128 available for proceedings are ongoing in the appellate tribunal. Yes, but the tribunal decision may be final and not subject to further appeal or revision. Okay, if you receive the tribunal order, then based on that order, principal amount, once again you are eligible to claim it. That is possible. Then is the waiver available if the demand includes GST due cross-border transaction? Waiver applies only for domestic transaction covered under CGST, SGST and not for cross-border transaction. Last question is, now I have listed out some of the issues. Okay, just to recall or revision, just we will discuss and we will close it within 5-10 minutes. If you are having any queries, please immediately put it in chat box. I will reply it. Otherwise, maybe we will close it within 5-6 minutes. Now, some of the other issues, not other issues, it is almost all covered. Even that Notice or order related to section 73-74. See, the thing is, sometime what will happen? Notice or order in the same order, some of the issues is relating to 73 and some of the issues is relating to 74. At that time, what will happen? To the extent of only 73 is eligible for waiver. Balance whatever issues relating to 74 along with interest and penalty, you are supposed to discharge it. Okay, you can't question it. Notice related to multiple years. Already somebody has put it in a chat box. Sir, order is relating to multiple year is not correct. All these things. That is why if they issue the order, immediately you have to question it. Otherwise, even I have received some of the order relating to multiple years. At that time, if you want to go for a waiver, you have to go for all the years. Otherwise, not possible. Okay. Some of the issues are appealable, some are not. This is another big problem. Some of the issues, maybe this year you are having a less liability. In future, maybe in next year or next to next year, you are having a huge liability. As a principle, you want to go for appeal. But if you want to question that order as a, okay, then automatically you are not eligible to go for waiver. Okay. If you see the order, audit point number 1, 2, 3, audit note number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, something like that. They will put it. Out of 25 issues, pick and choose is not as possible. As a whole, you have to go for waiver. Okay. Or otherwise you have to discharge it. That type of practical difficulties you will face it. Some of the issues pending before High Court or Supreme Court, maybe some whatever audit note out of 10 audit note, 5 audit notes or 3 audit notes, maybe some other assessees, they have gone for a High Court or Supreme Court. You are waiting for the opportunities. Whenever it will settled in High Court or Supreme Court, you want to utilize that order, but that is not possible. Okay. If you want to get that benefit, you have to keep it pending either with a JC appeal or a tribunal or in High Court or in Supreme Court. Otherwise, you can't go for waiver. Then it is advisable to get the order at the earlier from JC or commissioner appeal. Okay. Say for example, if you are having a huge liability, some liability you are expecting to drop in JC or commissioner appeal. That is why you have to speed up the process and try to get the order immediately, so that if it is the order is in favor of you for few points, then automatically you are able to reduce that much of liability. For balance liability only you can go for waiver scheme. Otherwise, as a whole you have to go, then you are in big trouble. You are supposed to discharge the huge interest and penalty. That is why speed up the process, get the early hearing and try to close it, so that in appeal also you are able to reduce some liability. In waiver scheme, you are able to reduce your interest and penalty for balance amount. Try to get the rectify order if it is pending. Okay. Say for example, you have received the appeal order. To give a impact to that order, assessing authority has to put the rectify order. If you get the rectify order, so that liability will come down, on balance amount only you can go for waiver. That is why better to speed up the even rectification process. As a whole, what I am telling, just go through your order. If anything possible, rectification is possible, better to file the rectification. If the appeal order, if you are able to settle it immediately, better to settle it and try to get the rectify order. Based on rectify order, better to go for this one, waiver. Okay. With this, once again, I will come back to chat box. If there is any query, I will clarify it. Otherwise, thank you very much to all the members. I will come with some other subject shortly, maybe within a month or 15 days. Thank you very much for your cooperation. And once again, thank you very much, President, Vice President, and Chairman of Taxation Committee, and all the staffs of the TRD, and ladies and gentlemen, and our members. Thank you very much. Now I will wait for 2 to 3 minutes question and answer. Then I will close it. Thank you very much once again. question and answer. Another 2 to 3 minutes. Then I will close it. Dear attendees, question and answer. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the session,
We will
sir.
close it. Thank you very much once again.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
We are ending the session now, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.